Hey guys, it's Doc, and it is Sunday, May the 4th, so May the 4th be with you, and it is also the day after Free Comic Book Day. And all I'm going to say is, normally I don't go on Saturday on the 3rd, because if I go on the 4th, I can go pick up as many free comics as I want, and normally on the 3rd, I can only get the single book. So I just wanted to go ahead and open with that, and then I was going to show you guys what I picked up for this year. So let's take a look. All right, on the Free Comic Book Day market, I picked up the IDW Dark book, which has got some blood and honey. Let's see what else is in there. It's got part of the sequel to Beneath the Trees, Where Nobody Sees, by Patrick Horvath. A story for 30 Days of Night, written by Rodney Barnes. Tuatha, written by Gavin Fullerton. And then Blood and Honey by Sean Peacock. So, I'm not going to spoil any of these in particular. Here's our 30 Days of Night artwork. Then we have Tuatha. And then we have Blood and Honey. So, it looks like it's 4 different stories in this one Free Comic Book Day book, so I think that's a pretty good little section of books. Alright, what else we got? We have DC All In, the 2025 special edition with Superman Unlimited. Dan Slott, Jeff Lemire, Raphael Albuquerque, Kamen Cooley, and so many more. So we've got stories from the universe of Superman here. Pretty good looking artwork on that one there. Excited to check that one out. This one is the one that I wanted the most. It's Amazing Spider-Man and the Ultimate Universe. So we've got Joe Kelly, John Romita Jr., Scott Hanna, and then for the second story we've got Denise Camp and Cody Ziegler. See what this looks like on the inside. Here we've got our John Romita Jr. artwork. It can be both good and exciting, as well as a little formulaic. Alright, then we have this Ultimates story with art by Jonas Scharf. So we've got Miles Morales here. So that looks like a pretty cool book. Alright, next up we have Conan, Scourge of the Serpent. So this is building up with Jim Zub. And then I'm going to guess Armando Gil, but let's see. So we have building up for the next big Conan the Barbarian miniseries that's coming out in 2025. Really good artwork too, I would say. It's got similar feelings to what Roberto De La Torre was doing on the book and what Doug Braithwaite continues to do. So that's building up the next big Conan epic. Alright, next up we've got Star Wars Issue 1, and this is Alex Segura, Phil Noto, Charles Soule, and a bunch of other people. Looks like Mark Guggenheim is in here. So this is building out to the new canon that comes after Return of the Jedi. The original books and novels and comics that came after have now all been considered legends by Marvel, so they're no longer canon. But this comic book, the new Star Wars #1 that's coming out, is going to be what officially, according to Lucasfilm and company, happened after Return of the Jedi. So, cool stuff there. Of course, we have Mark Spears' Monsters, Issue 0, with this really cool cover. We have a Be Kind, Please Rewind sticker on it. It's on the book. It's not on there. But New Arrival, like it's a VHS tape at the movie gallery that you could rent at. Horror sticker on there, and then it says it's in stereo. So let's see what we have here. Oh, that's creepy. That's really creepy. That's almost like a Stephen King It type of thing. But you've got that amazing Mark Spears artwork that just pops. So there's that. All right. Next to last is a Black Mirror comic. It says San Junipero, or Junipero. Heaven is a place on earth. And this is for Twisted Comics. Let's see, make sure there's nothing in here I can't show. Oh, but this is in black and white, so there's no color in here. But it does have a pretty good, interesting artwork. It's detailed. You can tell the characters one from another. And it's a Black Mirror comic on top of that. Now, I think that is kind of funny that you've got this that almost looks like sketched out and not completely finished. But that looks pretty cool. And then the last free comic book day book that I got was Will Eisner, a comics biography by Stephen Weiner and Dan Mazur. And it says preview of the complete biography. So you have these two telling the story of Will Eisner, who was an absolute genius in the comics field, who passed away, I believe, back in 2005. So that's really, really awesome that you get a new storytelling of Will Eisner's birth and his work in comics, because I think he's one of those underrated guys that you really don't want to forget about. And last but not least, I did pick up, that was not free, I did pick up Alan Moore and Oscar Zarate's A Small Killing from Avatar Press. So this is a book that looks like it's almost painted artwork by Oscar Zarate, and this is one of Alan Moore's favorite works that he did. So I can't wait to dig into that, because it's always fun to read some classic Alan Moore. So this is, from Alan Moore, comes the story of Timothy Hole, a successful ad man who has just been handed the biggest assignment of his life, marketing a major cola in Russia. But his smooth life begins to unravel as he is stalked by a demonic child that makes him question not only who he is, but how he really affects those around him. Is that the little murders that we all have to make each day just to get by? The trace assassinations of tiny things? But really, how much damage can be done by a small killing? So it's a study in the little white lies that everybody tells each and every day to get through the day. How important is that to unraveling the entire story of your life and the people's lives that you interact with on a daily basis? So to go back over it right quick, we have A Small Killing by Alan Moore and Oscar Zarate. We have Free Comic Book Day, Will Eisner, a comics biography. We have a Black Mirror comic. We have Mark Spears' Monsters, issue 0. We have Star Wars issue 1, Free Comic Book Day. We have Conan, Scourge of the Serpent, issue 1. We have The Amazing Spider-Man and Ultimate Universe, issue 1. We have DC All In, issue 1. And we have IDW Dark, issue 1. So that's what I picked up this year for Free Comic Book Day. I took my stepson with me, but unfortunately he's a little camera shy, so he said he didn't want to talk about the books that he picked up. But he just picked up a manga book, and then he also picked up 3 or 4 books for Free Comic Book Day. Pretty much the same kind of stack that I picked up here. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this, and have a great, restful Sunday, and we'll catch you in the next video.